what's up guys? It's Jameson Wolff here from Jameson Wolff Fitness Systems. Today I want to introduce to you Kelly Starrett's methods for self-myofascial release and joint mobilization. Now he just came out with a new book, Becoming the Supple Leopard, and I got to reading through some of that, and it's really good. He has some very interesting methods and how to utilize breaking up the fascia and any scar tissue around the joints. So I want to introduce a couple different things in this video that he does. And one is using a Voodoo Band, or as you can see, this is just a bike tire tube. And so using this to sort of, floss the joint itself to try to open up any kind of restrictions in the joint around the capsule, as well as promote any flexion range of motion as well that people might not have the full range of motion for. So I want to talk about a couple things that he does. First off, you can buy Voodoo Bands from his website. You can get them there, or you can just go to a local bike shop and get a 29-inch tire tube that's at least 2 inches wide, and you can cut that in half and then cut it again lengthwise, and you can actually get 2 bands, and I find these work extremely well. I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do with it. So if I want to wrap up my knee, I would take the band and do a couple wraps, a few wraps up at the top of the joint. Just adding compression as you go. And then leaving a small gap where the patella is to allow for knee flexion. And what this is going to do is, as it compresses the tissues surrounding the joint, it'll act as a shearing force and break up any sort of scar tissue around the joint that might be affecting the flexion range of motion. And this will also promote blood flow as well to certain areas that don't normally get it. And it's pretty easy to do. So once it's all wrapped up surrounding the joint itself, you just take a little flap, find a little flap around here, and you fold it under. Like that. Good. So this is what he calls as flossing. So as you can picture using your floss to clean out any things in your teeth, this is the same way for the joint. So for instance, if I was to go in different ranges of motion right now, for instance, a squat pattern. So if I was to go into a squat pattern right now, I have a whole bunch of compressive forces breaking up any sort of scar tissues around that joint, which is going to help for getting rid of any impingements. And so I find this really effective. I suffer myself from a little bit of knee pain, so using the floss band or the Voodoo Band to do this has helped me quite a lot, especially my squat. Another method that he uses, he calls it gapping, and this is to promote flexion range of motion as well. So he'll take either a lacrosse ball or a towel, for instance. So we'll use the knee as an example, and he'll roll up a towel and we'll put it right tight up in the joint. And this will work at the proximal end of the gastrocnemius where it originates, and then also the lower hamstrings, and break up any sort of tissue up there. Now you don't have to use a Voodoo Band at the same time, but I am here, and I find this is extremely effective. So I can move my foot around, hit different parts of the gastrocnemius, and just add a lot of force. And this has helped me quite a bit. And then also using a lacrosse ball that has a smaller surface area to dig even deeper into that capsule, that fascia around there. And I just find this to work fantastically. And then I can add as much pressure as I want, going right on my heel and just working in certain areas at the outside, medial, and lateral ends. And this seems to work extremely well for me. So I'm going to shoot a couple more videos regarding this using different resistance bands. So I'm going to do that in the next couple of videos. Alright, bye.